Finding Stuff Out, the show where I answer all your questions. So, let's take a look at the first question.
Why, when you scratch a chalkboard, it makes that kind of noise?
Why? So that when a teacher wants to get your attention, they can do this. I don't know why it makes that sound, but by the end of the show, I'll have the answer to your question and all things sound related. Speaking of sound, let's listen to this question from Jonah.
How come when you make the volume very loud, you vibrate?
Me? I kind of vibrate all the time. But let's see what happens when we crank up the sound. Getting louder and louder. My ears are starting to buzz. Starting to vibrate. Oh my gosh, don't turn down the volume. Okay, it's a little better. There we go. What happened there? Watch this.
Anything that's a sound is really vibrations. We think the air is nothing, right? But it's full of these teeny tiny molecules, so small you can't even see them. When the rubber duck squeaks, it pushes these molecules in the air right next to it. See? They get pushed, and they push the molecules next to them, and they push the molecules next to them, and so on, all the way to your ear, where your ear turns all those vibrating, pushing molecules into sound.
Here I am with DJ Kid Koala to talk about funky vibrations. So what do you need to become a DJ? Is it talent, musicianship, or is it some rock star sunglasses?
Well, Harrison, it all boils down to vibrations.
Oh yeah, it does vibrate. That means music is all about vibrating, right?
That's right. In fact, all sound is vibrations. When I pluck this string, you can see it going back and forth at a certain speed. That's what we call the frequency, and that dictates what note you hear. That one's vibrating quite slowly, so it's a low note. This string vibrates at a higher frequency, so it'll be a higher note.
Yeah, I can see it moving really fast.
Exactly. So all music is just different notes vibrating at different frequencies.
Cool.
Your voice actually vibrates too. In fact, we can see that with our eyes. Let's go record it.
Okay.
All right, Harrison, we're rolling.
Okay.
Take it away.
Yeah! Cool! Playing with sound is fun.
That was perfect. I think we got it.
Awesome. So you actually recorded that on a vinyl record?
Yes, we did.
Wow. My grandparents gave me a vinyl record player.
Yeah, well, it's kind of an antiquated technology, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work. For us scratch DJs, nothing beats the sound of a freshly cut vinyl record.
Smells good.
Harrison, for the first time in history, your voice is recorded onto vinyl.
Just like the Beatles.
Exactly. You better sign this.
Now let's look into this super zoom-o-matic. Whoa, there are grooves. Groovy.
When you play a record, the grooves in the record bounce the needle around here, causing it to vibrate. And those vibrations are amplified through all this equipment and come out of the speakers as sound.
Cool. So can we hear it?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah. Cool. Playing with sound is fun.
So, now that's cut onto the record, we can actually change the speed. So I can make you sound like a chipmunk by speeding up the record, causing the needle to vibrate even faster.
Let's hear that.
Or I can slow you way down, like this.
Playing with sound is fun. Yeah.
Let's jam.
Play
Why are they called eardrums?
Well, inside each of our ears, there's a thin membrane, not unlike this skin here on this drum.
Is the eardrum why we hear sounds in our ear?
Partly, sound enters our ear and vibrates this membrane. Then, the sound is transmitted through these 3 tiny bones and into the cochlea, which is a little snail-like structure in your ear that's full of fluid and tiny, tiny little hairs. So those 3 tiny bones transmit the vibrations through the fluid, and those hairs pick up the vibrations and send little messages to your brain, which then tells your brain that you're hearing a sound.
Ah, I feel a song coming on.
I agree. Let's hear it.
Here we go. They're surrounded by fluid, by a liquid like water, so vibrations cause ripples like a vibration oughta. And those liquid vibrations get sent right over here to some tiny microscopic hairs in your ear. Hairs in your ear? Dude, you must be insane. But those hairs in your ear send signals right to your brain. Your brain understands those signals as sounds, and that's how the process of hearing goes down. Wow, I hear through ear hair? That's both cool and weird.
You know, these hairs in your ears, they're not quite like the hair on your head. They're really, really small. And they're very sensitive hairs that send signals to your brain which allow you to hear.
Cool. Now here's another similar question about vocal cords.
How do vocal cords make sounds?
To answer your question, please welcome my special guest, opera singer Lindsay Michael.
Hello, Harrison. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Lindsay. So how do we make sounds with our vocal cords?
Basically, the air goes through your vocal cords and then they vibrate. But if you're talking or you're singing, it's the same thing. That's what causes the sound.
Let's check it out with my Super Zoom-O-Matic.
Okay.
Do you want to do a duet with the Finding Stuff Out song?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
If you put your hand on your throat, you can feel it happen.
Okay, so after 4.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Finding stuff out, finding stuff out, finding stuff out. That's what it's all about.
Do you feel it?
Yeah, it's vibrating.
Yeah.
It's cool.
That's where the sound comes from.
You have some pretty special vocal cords. How do you make such amazing sounds and stuff?
It's a lot of practice, Harrison. I've been working at it for years and years and years. And everyone has a special sound. You know how everyone's voice sounds different?
Yeah.
You can always recognize a friend's voice in a crowd?
Yeah.
That's because our bodies are different and your body is your instrument. So depending on the shape and size of your vocal cords, you're going to have different sounds. Also, the sound resonates in your head too, like in your nasal cavities. So that's why everyone's voice sounds different. And so if you train it, you can make it a really beautiful singing voice, but it's always going to sound like your voice.
So, how do you train your vocal cords?
Well, you train your vocal cords by working on your breath. So you control how much air goes through your vocal cords so you can make the sound very high or very low so it sounds consistent all the time.
So can you sing an example of like really low to really high?
Sure. So you sing a medium note, then you're using less air. So the higher and louder you are, the more air you're going to use. So if I sing a higher note, I'm using a lot more air. And my vocal cords are pulled a lot tighter.
Is it possible to break your vocal cords?
If you use your vocal cords too much, you know how you get calluses on your hands when you play guitars?
Yeah.
If you are really not careful with your voice, you can get calluses on your vocal cords.
Wow.
Called nodes.
That's not good.
That's not good. But I mean, you have to be really abusing it or shouting a lot or singing way too much too often without taking care of yourself for that to happen.
I heard that opera singers can break glass just from like a certain note or pitch or something.
That's true. You can break glass with sound. And it's pretty amazing. I've been trying, and I'm coming very close to making the glass break, but right now I can just make it vibrate.
Whoa, it was moving all over. Oh, and it was ringing out.
Yeah, you can hear it ring after.
Yeah.
So it's still vibrating from the sound.
So do you think you can break it?
Yeah, that's really easy, Harrison.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Hey, you're pretty funny. Okay, now here's another question. It's from Emma.
If you listen to your iPod too loud, are you gonna break your eardrum?
Is it true, Lindsay, if you listen to music too loud that you'll break your eardrums?
Well, you probably won't break your eardrums, but you could definitely damage your hearing. You see, there's these little hairs inside your ear that vibrate to hear the sound, and if you listen to music too loud, you could permanently damage those hairs.
It's those ear hairs again. Well, we know that sound can travel loud, but...
How do sound waves travel so fast?
They're fast, but not as fast as you might think. Check this out. Lightning causes air molecules to vibrate. That's thunder. Now we're so close to this storm, we hear the thunder as soon as we see the lightning. Like this. Whoa! Whoa! That's too close for comfort. Let's move back a bit. That's more like it. Even though the lightning is much further away, we see it almost immediately when it strikes. But the thunder, which is made at the exact same time, takes longer to get here. That's because compared to light, sound is a slowpoke. Light travels almost 1,000,000 times faster than sound.
Why are concerts so loud?
So that people in the back can hear, man! So if you're sitting in the front, you should probably bring some earplugs so that it blocks out some of the vibration. I think I heard another question.
When do whales go? Are they really communicating, or are they just going for no reason?
Well, Wolfie, I went to my favorite neighborhood aquarium
Hey, Harrison. Hi. So,
to find out the answer from my favorite aquarium person, Nicole Can. And she says that whales not only communicate with each other using sound, but some of them, like belugas, use the same trick as submarines. They actually use sound to figure out where to go. It's incredible. It's like they can see using sound. It's called echolocation.
Basically, they make these really high-pitched click sounds, and they send them from their blowholes on the top of their heads to their melons, also called their foreheads. And as they send the sound out of their melon, it goes into the water, it hits something, and bounces back to them. And by listening to the echoes of their sounds, they can form mental pictures of their underwater world. So it's almost like they can see in the dark using just their sounds.
wow, that's really cool.
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Not all humans can hear the same frequencies. So what sounds can you hear? Do you have bat-like hearing? Let's find out. See the number 0 at the bottom of the screen?
It's moving up because I'm broadcasting a tone. As soon as you can hear that tone, make a note of the number. If there are any adults in the room, ask them to try this with you. Here we go again. Remember that number. Okay, you have your number? What does it mean? Well, remember those little ear hairs we all have? As we get older, we lose the teeny tiniest of those teeny tiny hairs. Those are the ones that make the smallest vibrations and send our brain the signals for the highest frequencies. So young people who have these teeny tiniest hairs can hear higher frequencies than older people. If you heard the tone here, you hear like most 10-year-olds. If you heard it here, you hear like most 30-year-olds. And if you heard it here, your hearing is like most 70-year-olds. So no matter how mature you try to act... Hey, you heard that sound? You're a kid.
No, I'm not. I'm an old man.
Shivers.
So every day we're surrounded by sounds, ones that we like and ones that we dislike. So right now I want to know what your favorite sound is.
The sound of water?
A horn. Like, I mean, a siren. Ripping the grass out and then, like, blowing grass in a fan. It's weird, I know, but it's fun to hear.
That is a little weird, but I understand.
My favorite sound is the ocean wave.
Rain is falling down. It makes me really sleepy.
The wind.
Puck hitting a hockey post.
I know it's weird, but my favorite sound is popcorn kernels popping.
Popcorn is pretty tasty. I love popcorn.
Yes, it is, and it is awesome.
So there you have it. Some sounds we like, and some sounds we don't like. Can you hear me? There's so much noise right now.
How come when you scratch a fork to your plate, it makes some people have the shivers?
Yeah, how come when you scratch a fork on your plate, sometimes it makes you shiver?
Don't you hate that sound? That means there's no pie left on your plate. But that's not why it gives you shivers. The short answer is adrenaline.
When an animal hears something scary, their body releases a chemical called adrenaline. Adrenaline makes them super ready for running away or fighting. Also, their hair stands up, which makes them look bigger and scarier too. Some scientists think that the squeak of chalk or the sound of a fork on a plate makes a sound similar to the shriek of apes when they're in danger. So when our prehistoric ancestors heard that kind of noise, their hair would stand up to make them look bigger and scarier, ready to fight or take flight.
Our great challengers today are Isabella.
Hello.
And Clara. Okay, so your challenge today is to combine different items to make horrible noises. You each have 10 tries. Every time you make Lindsay shiver, you get 1 point. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Okay, go!
Oh, no, I don't think so. Oh, that made me shiver.
That's 1 point.
You got a shiver too? Oh, that was a good shiver. Oh yeah, that's a shiver. Oh. No, I don't think so. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good shiver. I think that's pretty close. Half point for that one. Oh, no, don't think that one. No, made me shiver. That's pretty loud. That made me shiver just because it was loud. That's
Yeah.
good. Oh, yeah, that was pretty terrible. Oh, I don't like that sound. That didn't give me a shiver. That was pretty shivery. Yeah, I think that's a half shiver. Yeah, I don't like that. I think that counts as a shiver.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I still got a shiver though.
So Clara has 3.5 and Isabella has 5.5. And this is your last try. So it looks like Isabella is gonna be our winner. But let's see if you can make a big splash.
Yep, that definitely made me shiver.
So I guess the final score is 5.5 and 4.5. Congratulations, Isabella, you're the winner.
And this challenge brings us back to the original question that started this sound search.
Why, when you scratch a chalkboard, it makes that kind of noise?
So your big answer is, Elijah, vibration. My nails and this chalkboard vibrate when scraped together. That makes the molecules in the air vibrate in the same way. Enough with the horrible sounds. Now let's listen to something that sounds really cool. Like this, the Finding Stuff Out theme song.
My name is Harrison and this is my show. I'm finding stuff out that you want to know. Just ask me a question that I don't know. That's why Finding Stuff Out is the name of the show. So just give me a shout and we'll figure it out with the help of some friends, and the fun never ends on Finding Stuff Out, Finding Stuff Out, Finding Stuff Out. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
That was fun. At least the robot thinks so. Anyway, thanks for being on my show. And thanks for watching Finding Stuff Out. Let's jam!
Mm-hmm.